start. No one is watching. The only person that is watching your every move is you. You're overanalyzing everything. We're gonna crochet a like bandana headscarf and have a bit of a chit chat, okay? So I have the pattern down and I'm gonna be staring at this while I talk, but basically what I want to talk about was starting because nobody's watching. And I need to take my own advice, but I've been kind of like in this weird little slump lately in terms of like growing my YouTube channel, accomplishing some of my goals, trying to build the right habits, and I've been really caught up in trying to be perfect when it comes to it, and you can't be perfect. You truly cannot be perfect, and I always found that I'm so good at making plans and making lists and preparing myself to do something perfectly, whether it's a 30-day challenge or it's a 7-day challenge, whatever it is. And it's this feeling of like, planning is easy because there's nothing holding you to it. You can stop planning at any point. She would like to play with the yarn. No yarn for cats. No yarn for cats. I think this mainly came from planning YouTube videos for July, kind of sitting down like, what do I want to talk about, what do I want to create, and I kind of got lost in the like, my last few videos didn't do very well. When I uploaded them, they had this weird like grain film, like the contrast was completely off, but on my computer it looks normal, but when I uploaded it, it's like this weird, I don't even know what you would call it, but they don't look good, and I got barely even like 30 views. And don't get me wrong, I average around 100 views a video, so it's not like anything like crazy getting only 30 views, but it was discouraging. And then I kind of forgot that like views isn't everything. And I have to come back to the fact that the reason why I started this channel was just another creative outlet. I've been creating content for like brands and just for myself since 2019, and I thoroughly enjoy making content. Like that's why I keep doing it. Like I like the video side, the editing side, the filming side, the talking side, just like the creativity of filming something. And so if you are currently somebody who you want to start something, whether it's a YouTube channel, whether you want to start running, whether you want to pick up a different hobby, start. Because no one is watching. I think that we forget that the fear of judgment of what others might think, and this is going to be different from like the public online versus what like your family might think. Those are two different things you kind of have to like balance and come to terms with, because I don't care what the public has to say in terms of like judging me for making content or judging my appearance, or because I feel like our current society is very terrible at being a beginner. People don't want to look bad, so people just don't try. And I fell into this a lot in my early 20s, and I feel like it's something that you kind of grow out of, or you just kind of learn to accept like, okay, this is who I am, this is what I want to do, here are the things that I want to strive for. The other problem is that also I have so many ideas. I want to do absolutely everything and everything, like anything and everything. I want to start a sticker business. I got a Cricut. Have I made any stickers yet? No, I have not done that. I want to start running, like maybe sign up for a 5K. Have I bought proper runners? Have I started running? No. Why? Why do we not start things when we want to do them? And it's like this constant battle of like fighting your own brain about the comfort of where you're at, even though you know you want to do more or like achieve things, versus the being uncomfortable for a time being in order to achieve the thing. Because the immediate uncomfort of being uncomfortable does not sound appealing when you curl up in your bed, do nothing, stay in this moment, but then every few weeks it's kind of like, okay, wait, you have to like reevaluate, like, what am I doing? I don't want to do this forever. Like I have to do more, be more productive, try new things, get out of the house. And sometimes it can just get all so overwhelming, and then you forget why you wanted to do something in the first place. And so essentially this video is just a like quick reminder that you can start at any point. You can restart at any point. You can try again. Eventually you will achieve the things that you want to do, but you have to start, because not doing something, avoiding doing something, is your way of protecting yourself. You're protecting yourself from potential discomfort of either failing at the thing that you want to do, being judged by somebody else about the things that you want. And then back to like the fear of judgment is that sometimes your family already has a preconceived notion of you. So if you try to do something different, they might think is weird, and it's uncomfortable, right? You don't want people that kind of already know you to see you trying something new, which is dumb, is annoying. Like, you should be able to do whatever you want, and people shouldn't really like, oh my God, why do you want to run? Why are you starting to run? Why are you starting to eat healthy? Why do you want to start painting? Like, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish in your life, it feels weird telling people that you're trying something new compared to just random strangers on the street, because I feel like it's easier. Like, I could go up to, like, if somebody's brand new, I think somebody at a coffee shop once asked me what I was doing on my laptop, and I'm like, oh, I'm writing a book. But like, whenever my family talks about my writing, I'm always like, nothing, I'm just working on it. Like, I don't want to go into detail. Why are we like this? Why is that a thing? Okay, I finished a row, sort of. Is this sort of working? The biggest part of like all of the things you want to accomplish, I always ask myself, like, if I get to 80 years old and I have to sit down and look back at my life, what am I going to regret not accomplishing? And I know for a fact right now that would be my novel. If I never publish a novel, I will be so angry at myself, because that is something that I've wanted to do for the rest of like my whole life. I've wanted to publish a book, and I'm working on it. It is a slow going process. I'm definitely achieving it. It's a lot slower than I thought. People who churn out like 2 books a year, who are you? Like, that's crazy. And so I just want to leave you with, if you have been thinking about something that you've always wanted to do, or maybe something new's come up, something that you never really thought that you would ever be interested in, and you were like, well, I kind of want to learn how to do that, like whether it's like coding or building websites, carpentry, I don't know, anything, something that you are now interested in that you never really thought about, but you want to try it, but you feel like you're too old, or you can't switch your interest or your career path or whatever you've been doing. Yes, you can, especially if you are in your 20s, like at any point in your life, but even more so in your 20s. Like, I was talking to my sister who's in high school, and she's graduating high school next year, and the question always comes up from like adults, what are you doing after high school? What are you doing after? And I hated that question when I was 17, because now at 29, almost 30 years old, I'm like, why are you forcing teenagers to choose their life path? Like, that makes no sense. That makes 0 sense. I was not even a fully functioned human. I had no idea who I was or my interests or my wants before I was told, like, what was I even interested in at 17, 18? Twilight, if we're being honest. That was my big worry when Breaking Dawn Part 2 was going to be coming out, okay? I wasn't thinking about my career path, the corporate ladder, like freelance jobs. It wasn't even a thing in my brain. I had signed up for university because that was like drilled in my head as a child. I'm not necessarily talking about your career of just like starting your career. I'm more so talking about starting new hobbies, starting to look at things in your life that like you want to do, and not being afraid to be a beginner and not being afraid of being bad at it. Like, honestly, one thing that I love doing, it's absolutely so fun. Look at some of the biggest YouTubers that you actually look up to, go to their profile and filter their videos from oldest to newest, and go look at the video that they posted 8 years ago. Go look at the video that they posted 5 years ago and see how bad it was. And then tell me that you can't start making content right now, because we all start somewhere. And then I want to dabble into the no one is watching thing. Yes, technically, people are probably watching you. And if somebody does come up to you, whether you're trying something new and being like, you're so bad at it, and I'm talking about in person, you're so bad at it, like, why are you even trying? That is a reflection of who they are and not you. Now, if we go off social media comments, I do not put any weight into social media comments. I mean, like 5 years ago, Marissa, I probably would have. But there is not a single person out there who is also trying to better themselves, who is also trying something new and is also trying to make the best out of their life. That type of person is not going to comment mean things at you. The only people who troll or comment negative things are already very miserable people. They are just currently miserable, and they want everybody around them to also be miserable. They don't have any goals. And so if somebody comments something rude to you, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with the commenter, and it's a projection. Simply, if I get a mean comment or somebody writes something, I just picture that commenter standing in a mirror saying that comment to themselves, because that's essentially it. And learning that comes with time. Start. No one is watching. The only person that is watching your every move is you. you're overanalyzing everything. And that is going to hold you back in some ways. It's also a form of procrastination, because if you don't start, then you will be able to say, well, I'm not gonna fail. I'm not gonna fail. It's never gonna happen. I'm not gonna fail. See, look, I'm saving myself from failing. But what you're actually doing, you're already failing because you're not even trying. You're not even going to achieve it. So I'm gonna leave this here, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. This was just like a random thing that was on my mind and completely different from my normal form of content, because this is just like a stream of consciousness that just like was in my head. And I really wanted to start that bandana. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Subscribe if you like. Goodbye.